Well, hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Eek Acres. I'm doing this video because I had a subscriber reach out to me and send me an email. He asked me if he felt the same way that he does, or if anyone else out there feels the way that he does. And the short answer is yes. I have felt this way about a lot of different things, very similar to what he writes here in his email, and I printed off his email. I'm going to change his name to protect his identity, and we're going to call this subscriber Bruce. I'm going to read you guys the email that he sent me. Hey Kevin, you've mentioned before how most of your viewers are in their 40s or 60s age range. I'm in that age range as well. There's something some of us might have thought about if we don't have any friends, especially after our parents have passed away. Both of my parents have passed away as well. I have never been close to my siblings growing up, probably due to bullying. I feel like they would be glad if I passed away since they would receive more inheritance of my share from our parents. I would not want them present at my funeral or know I passed away because they wouldn't care. I also don't have any friends to care about me as well due to health issues limiting my outings. I often think if there were a funeral for me, no one would show up or my siblings would not write the best obituary. I know I probably need to somehow prearrange my funeral or burial services in advance so there will be no funeral or just a burial. It would be helpful to me and many other viewers in my situation if you discuss this in one of your videos. Fortunately, you have a girlfriend or a wife now, but have you ever been in this situation? ? And the answer to that, Bruce, is yes. And I have a wife now. Prior to Bridget and I getting together, I was living alone by myself just down the road. Now, he talked about how he believes his family doesn't care about him. I imagine underneath of it all, that's probably not true. I believe that your siblings do care about you, but people in this world today lose touch. People stop talking. People stop connecting for whatever reason, or maybe they just don't like you. And people that don't like you don't see the worth in you, and if people don't see the worth in you, they're not worth concerning yourself about. I wholeheartedly believe in my heart and in my soul that everything in our lives are meant to be. Everything is meant to be. And when things end or things stop, and you wonder, did I do something? Is something wrong? You don't understand it. I believe it stopped because God has another plan for you. It's time for you to move on from your everyday life that's been going on like Groundhog's Day every day for years or decades. It's just time to move on. Things change. Now, maybe all your friends passed away. All my friends passed away years ago in their 40s. I don't have any friends left. I don't have friends that I can call up and talk to for hours on end on the phone like I used to. I don't have friends to where I can invite them to come over and hang out at my house or go to their house and hang out with them. And I surely miss that because I had really good friends, and I miss those days when we could just hang out and talk about life, about things going on in the world or whatever. Both of my parents passed away. My mom's been dead for 9 years. My dad's been dead for 24. And then 2 years ago, my brother was killed in a head-on collision on the highway, and he was killed instantly as the truck exploded in the head-on collision. And my family over the years, as I lost siblings, and I had a sister that died several years ago to brain cancer, and my family has just slowly dispersed and gone away, and there's some of them I'll probably never see ever again. I have a sister, I don't even know where she lives. I don't have her phone number, an address, no way to get a hold of her. I've got a brother where I have no idea where he lives or if he's even still alive because he's in his 70s. He may have passed away and I just never heard of it. So yeah, your family as you get older disperses and have less and less to do with you. It's an unfortunate, sad thing, but it does happen, and it happens to lots of people. Lots of people can relate to this email. And maybe you do feel like your family doesn't care or no one else cares about you. I know I've been in that situation. Other people have been in that situation. It's just unfortunately a part of life. The best thing you can do is not to dwell on it, not to spend a lot of time thinking about it. You just move on. You make new friends. And if you don't know how to make new friends, look up on the internet different groups and activities in your area and join those groups and activities. Like in this area, we have a group that's called Chautauqua Hikes. And this is a group of people that get together once a week, every week, usually on weekends, and they will send out an email to everybody, and then they'll let everyone know where to meet at what trailhead in what town and what trail they're going to hike. And this age group spans everywhere from 30-something all the way up to 70-something. And so these people get together, they have like-minded interests, and then they hike and walk these trails. and they communicate with each other and they have conversation. It's a good way to meet people. It's a good way to make friends. Relationships have come out of it. So that's something I would recommend looking into. But don't spend a lot of time dwelling on the fact that you don't have friends anymore, because none of us really have any control over that. If they pass away, there's nothing you can do about that. If they choose to disconnect from you and not have anything to do with you anymore, that's their choice. Maybe they got something going on in their life. Maybe they're having issues. Maybe it's not a personal thing. Maybe it really doesn't have anything to do with you. You can try reaching out to them, but if they continue to blow you off, then you know that they just have some kind of issue, and they may not let you know what that issue is. But I would just recommend then just cut ties with those friends and move on and make new friends, make new memories. You know, you guys, for the longest time, I had camped in the same places for many years. I have fished in the same places for many years. And I got to thinking to myself, you know, every time I go to those very familiar places, it would always remind me of the past. And a lot of times that would depress me, because those places where I used to go fishing would remind me of the good old days with my dad, back when my dad was alive, because I thought the world of my dad. And the places that I've camped and it reminds me of my brother, when he and his wife would come with their fold-down tent camper and set up, and would all gather and get together and make food and have drinks and sit around the fire and talk and tell stories. And when I go to those places where I used to camp, where my brother would join me, I found that it was very depressing, because his death is still very fresh in my memory. It was only 2 years ago that he was killed. And so it's hard for me to enjoy those places when those memories and those thoughts come and back and haunt me. So I told Bridget, I said, it's time now that her and I are together and we're married, to go to new places and make new memories, make new friends, and have new adventures. And that's why I mentioned this, is because I think that's the best thing for people to do that are in Bruce's situation here. If you can relate to that email and you feel like Bruce does, or like I have, you have to start a new life and move on. You can't make people like you. You can't make people be your friend. You can't make your family have anything to do with you. You can't force anybody to do something that they don't want to do. And instead of beating your head against the wall to figure out what that reason might be, they may never tell you that reason. You may never understand. You may feel like you did something wrong when in fact you didn't. It's that person that has the problem, not you. You have to remember that. It's some issue that they have. And chances are they're not going to change. So if they shut you off or cut you off, they don't talk to you, they don't come around, they don't call on the phone, they don't knock on your door, they don't come and visit, all communication is lost. Move on. Move on. You could try to rekindle something, but if the outcome is still the same and it keeps going back to the same old thing over and over again, that's a toxic relationship. No matter if it's a family member, a friend, a coworker, cut your ties, live your life, and do your own thing, because it's God's way of showing you it's time to move on. Sometimes things happen like this, so God will get toxic people out of your life, because he knows those people are no good for you. There's no benefit to having them in your life. Just move on. But I think everybody, like Bruce said in this email, everybody should prepare for their own demise. Everybody should set up their own fund for their own funeral. And everybody should have an obituary prepared by someone that they trust, that would show up and then read that at the time of the funeral. Or write your own. But everybody should prepare for their own funeral. You don't leave that up to someone else. So I just wanted to say, Bruce, that I did this video for you because in your email, like you mentioned, maybe I could discuss this in a video, and I thought I would, and that's why I did this video, because there are people out there that are going through the same thing. So you are far from alone, my friend. Far from it. Because as people age and they get up there in years, this becomes more commonplace. This is something, unfortunately, that happens to more and more people as you get older. Things fade away. Things drop off. People go away. Things change. Nothing looks the same anymore. Nothing feels the same anymore. It's just life telling you that it's a new beginning. It's a brand new beginning, and you have to see it as such. You have to treat it as such. Let that be an opportunity to move forward and not stay back in that same rut, dwelling on it and thinking about it time and time again. Let that be an opportunity to move on and start a new life, so that those old thoughts and those old memories don't haunt you and don't bother you so much. You got to get that stuff out of your head and move forward, because life is all about moving forward. There's nothing we can do about our past. We can't go back and revisit things that we loved and wish that we could live again. We just can't do it, unfortunately. We have no choice, you guys, but to go forward. So if you feel like Bruce does in this email, that's my advice to you. Move forward and make new friends. It's not as easy to make new friends when you're older, but it does happen. And if you try, you'll see it's not as hard as you think. I mean, for crying out loud, this platform right here is a good place to start. I've got over 65,000 subscribers, and there's a lot of people here that are like-minded people that feel the same way. All you have to do is leave a comment down below and say how old you are and that you don't have any friends and you like to connect with someone and make a friend. Maybe you want a relationship. Mention it in the comments down below. There's lots of people that are looking for friendship, relationships, looking for someone to talk to, someone to connect with. This is a good start right here. And then look into hike groups. Go to a dog park. Get a pet. Go out and meet people. Go to a regular park. Forget the people that don't want nothing to do with you. They weren't worth keeping in your life anyway. Move on and meet the people that will be worth having in your life. That's the best advice I can give you guys. Don't let what is in place right now get you down. Change it and change it today. And you can start right here by commenting down below and making some friends or even possibly a relationship right here, because Bridget and I met through YouTube, through this channel, and now we're married. So things do happen. You just got to be positive about it and say, I will do this, and great things will happen, and your life will turn around. And it'll turn around for the better. Forget that old life. It's not worth spending any more time thinking about that. Thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.